you are not cooked. You're just overwhelmed, and nobody has taught you how to get your focus back in today's society. So today, that's what I'm going to be doing. People act like if you can't focus, it's like a personality flaw or something. Yet they don't understand you're not choosing to be unfocused. It's because your brain is trying to focus on everything all at once. Just think about it. In your day-to-day life, you're having to process more information in one day than our grandparents did in an entire month. But you know what the best part is? Do you know what the best part is? You can actually fix it. And today I'm going to be giving you the outline to how to fix your broken brain. Now, before we really get into why you can't focus, I need you to actually focus on this video. So let's make a deal. If you make it to the end of this video and you like the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. If you're new here, this is where I share ways I'm getting my shit together so that you can get your shit together. My entire life, I've had trouble focusing. I was sent outside the classroom because I was talking too much. I was always in my own little world. I literally had no idea when the teacher called on me what the hell he was talking about. I know how it can feel like we're cooked in this society that we're in, but trust me, we're not. It goes down to 3 main reasons why you can't focus. Number 1 is dopamine overload. This is the one everyone talks about when they're like, oh, we live in a dopamine society or whatever, like attention economy. I don't know, all of those buzzwords that are online on social media right now, you know what I'm talking about. We all know we're addicted to instant gratification nowadays. It's no surprise, but a lot of people will say, well, you just need a dopamine detox. Oh, my bad. Let me fall off the face of the earth real quick because I need to do my homework. It's not realistic. A lot of us are so glued to our phones that we physically cannot detach, whether we make money from our phones, whether our job requires us to post for their social medias, whether we want an actual social life, who knows? But the key is to regulate our dopamine and have systems that allow us to not overload our brain with dopamine to the point where we don't actually have natural dopamine. And you want to know the one thing that saved me? Like an actual tool that can help you in your day-to-day life manage the task that you need to get done? Cognify, the sponsor of today's video. It's basically an AI-powered learning and productivity platform that gives you what feels like an unfair advantage, not by doing the work for you, but by helping you learn and retain information way deeper than you do on your own. I've been using it specifically for my marketing classes in college and for managing multiple projects where I have to conduct research on real brands. And honestly, it's made everything faster and way more organized because I can do hours of research in minutes. While doing market research for brands, Cognify helps me define customer portfolios, track key analytics, and conduct full SWOT analyses in seconds, all inside one workspace. But the part I love is that it doesn't just give me information, it actually reinforces the learning. It breaks topics down into clean notes, builds assessments so I retain it 4 to 7 times better, and even reminds me of the information right when I need it. It's like having a study system, a research assistant, and a productivity coach all in one place. Everyone gets 1 month free of Cognify Pro, but if you use my promo code CognifyNatalie when you sign up, you get an extra month free. Once you join, you get your own unique promo code also, and if 10 friends sign up using your code, you get a shot at $1,000. This is an amazing tool for productivity, so be sure to go check it out. Let's get back to the video. Next, you multitask too much. Every single time you are going to focus on something, you think, you know what, let me do this thing at the same exact time so I can save time. But what you don't realize is that every single time you switch tasks, your productivity drops 40% because your brain is having to reload context. You forget what actually needs to be done, and you hyper-focus on things that actually don't matter. This is a map of your focus. If you want to genuinely reach a flow state, this is how you do it. Stage 1, understand orientation. This is when your brain is scanning the world around you and seeing what is important or what it can just trash. If you're wanting to focus on something, you need to make it something that's important to you, even if you have to trick your mind into doing it. Next, you engage with the task. This is when you're actually trying to start, and this is where people encounter a lot of blocks. Why do people encounter blocks during engagement? Well, I want you to think of it like an algorithm. You don't like every single post that you come in contact with, meaning you don't engage with every single thing that's on your feed. It's the same exact thing with your brain. If your brain has categorized your task as something that's not important, your brain's algorithm is literally going to deprioritize that task, despite the fact that you really need to do it. This is why you have to engage with creators that you actually find meaningful and are actually providing you value. Once you've engaged with the task and you have actually limited your distractions, you have genuinely entered that flow state. And how do we do that? Well, there's a 6-step process that I want you to follow, and how you can remember it is literally by focus with an E at the end. First things first, you need to filter your distractions. And I know you can barely see the little thing on the screen, but I'll have pop-ups for the rest of it. Filter your distractions, you guys. Sometimes it really is that damn phone, and you need to put it down, put it in a separate room, especially if you're needing to lock in to study for a test. O is for optimize your space. If you are literally surrounded by clutter, do you really think that your brain isn't going to feel cluttered? That's not how it works. Sometimes you have to go to a library or a coffee shop or somewhere quiet in order to get work done. A hack that I use is I actually spray the same exact perfume every single time I study because it'll actually help your senses recognize that you are trying to get into focus. This is a reality hack that genuinely works because you can get into a flow state faster when your brain associates patterns with what you're doing. You're not going to engage with something that's boring, and you're not going to engage with something that's stressful. When your brain is so stressed out, it'll shut down. But hacking your senses actually works, whether it's chewing a piece of gum, drinking the same exact drink, or spraying a certain perfume when you are trying to get into focus. It trains your brain to recognize that pattern. C is for clock your time, okay? Did you know that your brain loses focus automatically after 90 minutes? Yeah, after 90 minutes, naturally your brain starts to lose focus, and that's why you need a break. That's why things like the Pomodoro method work so well. It's because a lot of people know about their circadian rhythm, but not a lot of people know about the ultradian rhythm. Your brain has a 90-minute focus cycle when your brain is actually emitting a certain frequency that allows you to get into a deep state of focus. You can actually look this up. Productivity drops right around 90 minutes, and that's because our brain gets exhausted. Colleges and schools literally know this. This is why they will schedule their classes around 90 minutes, or they will schedule a break every 90 minutes or so for the students. If you've been looking for study methods, the Pomodoro method honestly works so well because it works perfectly with your brain's ultradian rhythm. Next is to understand your priorities. This is extremely important. As I was talking about earlier, you can be in deep focus, but you're not focusing on the right things. If you don't outline your priorities, your brain will outline your priorities for you without your consent. This is why you multitask and then actually end up being less efficient, because you didn't give your brain permission to multitask, but you also didn't give it constraints either. And if you don't know which thing to prioritize first, just ask, what is the most pressing? What do I need to get done, like, right now? S is for simplify concepts. When you get obsessed with the tiny little details, you don't understand how all the concepts that you're trying to study for interrelates. And when you get stuck in the details, your perfectionism takes over, and suddenly you're not on track. Here's a hack if you're trying to cram for a test. Instead of trying to memorize the exact definitions of every single word, write down the key points of every single slide you come across. These concepts should have the key words as well as the language used for the definition. I'm just going to use this example because a lot of us know it. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. The actual textbook definition of mitochondria is going to be on the screen right now, but do you think I'm going to remember that? If I'm asked on a biology test what part of the cell is responsible for energy, I'm going to immediately think, oh my god, it's the powerhouse, because you know it's a powerhouse and it creates energy. Even if I didn't know what the mitochondria was, I now remember what the mitochondria was because I used language that allowed me to relate it to the question. You can use process of elimination on multiple choice questions in order to get the answer that's right, even if you didn't really know the definition. And finally, establish patterns. You need to be consistent in getting in focus. If you are able to establish a study pattern in your life or a focus pattern in your life, over time it will get easier because your brain actually stores long-term memories through repetition. So a habit actually tends to be a long-term memory or a long-term routine just by you repeating it over and over and over again. Now, as a college student, I want to leave you guys off with some habits that have genuinely helped me in my life. First one being grouping similar tasks together. On my editing days, I'm focusing on editing. On my recording days, I'm focusing on recording. As someone who gets easily distracted, I also end up forgetting things a lot of the time. So to prevent this, I actually ended up creating a system in my life that helps me not cold start my day. And here's what I mean. If I'm working on a project the night before and I didn't let myself know where I stopped, I'm going to open up the project the next day and feel like, wait, what was I doing again? Writing a small note of where I was right before I stopped the task helps helps me so much. Habit number 3, 5-minute resets. Setting a timer for 5 minutes and going, I'm going to declutter this space, has given me so much mental peace because I know it doesn't have to be perfect. I just have to clean off the area. Habit number 4 is to block distractions with physical barriers. And these don't have to be actual physical barriers like locking your phone in a drawer, which can help, but it could also be turning your phone on grayscale. Your brain loves colors. Take away that color and your phone doesn't really seem that cool anymore. In my opinion, you don't have to dopamine detox and fall off the face of the planet. You just need to learn to not doom scroll. With that being said, you guys, I love you guys so much and I'm so grateful you made it to the end of this video. And hey, we made a deal, okay? Like this video, subscribe, and let me know what helped you specifically in this video. And be sure to go check out Cognify. Again, my viewers specifically get 1 extra month of Cognify Pro on top of the other month that you guys get, and a chance at winning $1,000 if you guys refer 10 friends. So go ahead and check out Cognify. Use code CognifyNatalie. Thank you, Cognify, for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you guys next week.